You walk into work. Someone smiles, asks how your weekend was. Another comment about the weather. Maybe a quick joke about Monday. Nothing dramatic. Nothing uncomfortable on the surface. And yet, something in you pulls back. You answer politely, you nod. You participate, just enough. But inside, it already feels like effort. Not because you dislike people, not because the conversation was bad. Just because it happened. If you've ever felt that quiet drain from workplace small talk, you're not alone. And you're definitely not broken. Some people simply experience these interactions differently. Not worse, just differently. What's interesting is that many people who dislike small talk actually enjoy connection. Real connection. Conversations with depth, shared ideas, moments where something genuine happens. Surface-level exchanges can feel strangely hollow by comparison. Like everyone's speaking, but nobody's really saying anything. And that subtle disconnect can create tension you can't always explain. There's also something about the workplace context itself. Small talk outside work often feels lighter, less loaded. At work, though, conversations sometimes carry an invisible layer. You're aware of hierarchy, professional image, unspoken expectations. Even casual chats can feel like quiet evaluation. Nobody says it out loud, but you sense it. And that awareness can make simple conversation feel heavier than it actually is. Another layer people rarely talk about is mental energy. Some brains naturally scan social environments more deeply. Tone of voice, facial expressions, what was said and what wasn't. It's subtle, mostly automatic, but it uses energy. So by the time the conversation ends, you're not socially overwhelmed, just quietly tired, almost like background noise that never fully turns off. There's also the authenticity factor. For some people, forced conversation creates internal friction. You want to be polite, professional, approachable, but you also want interactions to feel real. When they don't, your brain notices the mismatch, not consciously most of the time. Just a faint sense that something isn't fully aligned. And over a full work week, those tiny moments accumulate. This doesn't mean small talk is useless. It often helps teams feel safer around each other. It builds familiarity. It softens professional boundaries, but appreciating its function doesn't automatically make it energizing. You can understand why something exists and still find it draining. Both things can be true. And here's the part that tends to surprise people. Disliking small talk doesn't usually signal poor social skills. In many cases, it reflects sensitivity to social nuance, awareness, reflection, preference for meaningful interaction, qualities that actually help in deeper professional relationships. They just don't always align with casual workplace chatter. If this resonates with you, it might help to shift how you interpret your reaction, not as a flaw, not as something to fix, but as information about how you operate. Some people recharge through conversation, others through space. Neither is inherently better, just different nervous systems navigating the same environment. And work, more than most places, mixes personalities constantly. Different communication styles, different comfort zones, different emotional rhythms. Understanding your own pattern doesn't mean rejecting the workplace. It simply gives you clarity. And clarity tends to reduce unnecessary self-criticism. Because the truth is, many professionals feel this quietly. They just rarely say it. Ironically, small talk culture doesn't always leave room to talk about small talk itself. If this experience feels familiar, you're definitely not the only one. And you don't need to become someone else to function well at work. Sometimes awareness alone makes the difference. Work becomes easier to navigate when you understand the psychology behind how you respond to it. Check our previous video here on why you feel exhausted after a normal workday. It dives deeper into the invisible energy we spend at work, the part no one talks about, but everyone feels. Thanks for spending time with me today. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. See you in the next one.